2023 DCS Awards Ceremony. We are gathered here today to celebrate employee excellence and the valuable contributions the men and women who comprise Team DCS have made. We appreciate all of you for taking the time to be here today to celebrate with your fellow teammates. Also, we congratulate all those who have been nominated. We are stronger together, and today is a reflection of that belief. Thank you to Commissioner Dozier for being with us today, and all the family and friends that have gathered. Again, welcome to the award ceremony, and now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is now my honor to invite Commissioner Michael Nell to the podium for the welcome message.
Thank you, Charles. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Fall weather. Thought it was appropriate. I'm reminded of something I heard a couple years ago about a scarecrow that got an award. He was outstanding in his field. Had to happen. That's an obligatory laugh. Anyway, what a wonderful day. Anytime we can celebrate DCS and the men and women of DCS, regardless of what you do, but also celebrate those that help us in our success. Because we know that DCS alone cannot do it. It takes partnerships, but at the end of the day, it's wonderful to be here and to recognize the talent and the accomplishments. I'm going to take just one moment of personal privilege. And it was such a surprise this morning. This individual was actually instrumental when I started back in 1989 as a felony probation officer in Cobb County. She has since retired, but it was just so refreshing. She's here to support her friend who's getting a 30-year Faithful Service Award. But Sue Newman, where are you?
Here I am.
Well, stand up, Sue. All right.
I also have another employee, John Carroll.
Best chief ever.
Hey, John, this ain't your show. Sue, it is great just to see you. And so when I mess up, blame Sue, because she had a part in training me. I want to give special appreciation to events like this. It just doesn't happen on a whim. It takes a lot of hard work, whether you're on the nomination committee, public affairs, information is here, helping us with trains here. Everybody, take time to look at the back of your program. It has a list of everybody that has contributed to this event, and I do not want to miss an opportunity to thank them. So let's give them a round of applause. And finally, well, not finally in this introduction part, I would be remiss. There's one individual that probably stays up late at night thinking about this, gets up early, starts working on it, and sometimes we may feel, she may feel a little underappreciated, especially when I want to call her and mess with her and say, hey, the date on this invite's wrong. She didn't find that funny. And then yesterday I called and said, Commissioner Dozier thinks this thing's on Thursday. She didn't think that was funny. I don't get it, but I do. If you will join me in a heartfelt round of applause, appreciation for Sherry Chambers. So, one of my favorite quotes is the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. We can all exceed in different areas, but it's the coming together towards the common goal. That's where the whole is, and that's where we really succeed as a team. But I came across another quote, and it was from Jim Stovall, who's an American author, And I did not realize this, but Jim Stowe also, he's blind. He's a motivational speaker, but he said this quote, and when I read it, I said, man, that's what today is all about. So if you'll indulge me a second. You need to be, he's talking about leaders, you need to be aware of what others are doing, applaud their efforts, acknowledge their successes, and encourage them in their pursuits. When we all help one another, everybody wins. I don't think there could be a more profound quote than today. So I want you to know I consider it an honor and privilege to work with you and for you. I care about this agency, and I care about the men and women that are part of this agency. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now let the celebration begin. Charles had already mentioned Commissioner Dozier. He is the commissioner of the Technical College System of Georgia. As you know, that's a pretty expansive system. His bio started off with that. I'm going to flip it a little bit. And I want to share with you, I got to know Greg almost 20, 25 years ago. We were starting up day reporting systems, and Greg was working OPB, and I was automatically impressed just of his knowledge, his understanding, his sharpness, and his ability to just sit down and listen to you. And I think when you see the rise of his career, you'll see those things just didn't happen. We talk about having opportunities, and then we talk about we may not control the opportunity. What we can control is preparing ourselves for opportunities that come our way. And Greg has done just that. So he began in 1995 as an analyst for the Legislative Budget Office. That was just out of kindergarten. He then went to the State Board of Pardons and Paroles, where he worked there. And then he was director of counting, and then he went to the governor's office of planning and budget, serving as a policy coordinator, and then the division director of the general government and public safety division. That's why he's very knowledgeable with our business. Then going further, he served as a chief financial officer for the state of Georgia. He was with Department of Corrections as their commissioner and commissioner of driver services. And I think what is really good, most people when they hear driver services, they really don't get a good feeling a lot of times. But I find that more in other states. Because when Greg was there under his leadership, he was presented with the Governor's Award for Customer Service and Leadership. So I think that certainly speaks to Greg. In 2020, Governor Kemp appointed him as the 6th commissioner. He's responsible for 22 technical colleges and leads a team of more than 12,000 employees across the state and manages a budget of just over $1 billion. He received a Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice and his Master's of Business Administration and Finance from Georgia State University. He didn't say this, but I think it was a couple of years ago he received an alumni award from them, if I recall. There's a lot of stuff he can put on his bio that he doesn't. He's won numerous awards. He's also a graduate of the Basic Law Enforcement Training Course, Regional Police Academy in Athens, and he was also a recipient of an award for academic excellence while he was there. He resides in Covington with his wife and his 2 daughters. Now that's really all well and good, right? Let me tell you about Greg Dozier. When you look at the core values, and by the way, he did at one time serve as the chairman of the Board of Community Supervision. But as you look at our core values, accountability, integrity, selfless service, teamwork, personal and professional development, Greg Dozier epitomizes every one of those. And I've seen it for over 20 years. He's the same now as he was then. What is, I think, the most important thing that Greg does as a leader, he balances his work life in his personal life. And at the end of the day, that balance is really what is critical. So Greg, thank you for being here. You had a choice to be here or not. You chose to be here, and we are truly thankful. Greg, over to you.
I think what Michael was saying is I just can't keep a job. Thank you, Michael. That was probably one of the most complimentary introductions I've had. Thank you. Point of privilege before I speak. I wrote this speech today, so if it's not any good, it's my fault. It's not anybody, TCSG's. But when Michael asked me if I would be willing to come, I have to say it was truly an honor, and I'll say that in this speech. But I want you to hear that from my heart. One of the things that many of you, and I'll speak a little bit about this, that you guys had a heart for law enforcement. You heard that my undergrad was in criminal justice. As I tried to figure out my pathway as it bounced around, my heart's always been with criminal justice. What you guys do make a difference. And so it's truly my honor to be here. So thank you for inviting me. As I said, my name is Greg Dozier. I'm Commissioner of the Technical College System of Georgia. It's definitely my honor to join Michael. We've known each other, as he said, for a number of years. We've talked, when I was at Driver Services, we even talked back then about, would we work together one day? And so it was kind of neat when I came to corrections, and although Michael had gone to the parole board somewhere I had worked, we've always had kind of an interwoven connectivity to where we have a friendship, and I appreciate that. And it's an honor to speak to you guys. 1,800 plus employees is what you represent, and what today's event is truly representing. You are reflective of all 1,800. I'm truly thankful, as Michael said, to those that prepared today. It's truly hard work to put this on, so when you see these come together, especially being a leader, you know what it means. And the one thing when this is over today, more than likely, there'll be a few things that they see that didn't go as planned, but more than likely, most of you will not even realize it. And that's because of the hard work and effort that went in to making sure this event does what it's supposed to do, which is to truly honor you guys in this room. When I mention I'm honored to be here, I want you to know what that means. I've served in multiple capacities connected to our criminal justice system, stemming from policy to budget to operations, and at one time a DCS board member. I'm connected and appreciate DCS and your mission. In 2015, a little ad lib here, because you know how you do when you prepare a speech, you always come back the next morning and go, ooh, I want to insert something. In 2015, the Governor Deal had a great vision for DCS. Honestly, those of us that have worked in a leadership capacity in criminal justice have been talking about this agency for a long time. There have been a couple of attempts to actually make this agency, whether it was part of corrections, whether it was part of parole, whether it was standalone like it is now. But I'm going to flip to the end of my speech, and you'll hear this quote come up, and it is one of my favorite quotes. It's by a gentleman named Daniel Burnham. Daniel Burnham says, "Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood, and probably themselves will not be realized. Make big plans. Aim high in hope and work." In 2015, Governor Deal and several other leaders, Michael and many others, had a big plan. Had one that was going to make a difference in this state. One that many leaders beforehand had tried to think of, how do we actually do this? But everything lined up in 2015. And that plan's what created DCS. Ever since that moment, Michael didn't know he was going to be the commissioner. In fact, I think you and I talked a lot. I wonder who's going to be the commissioner. But at some point in that transition, it became clear that he was the right leader for this organization. And through that leadership and that big vision is why you guys are sitting here today. And so as I end today, that's all of our jobs in this room, each of you. Don't make a small plan, make a big one, make a difference, and do it in everything, at home and in work. And so you'll hear that again at the end, but as I thought, that's really what y'all are here celebrating. You're celebrating the tireless effort of creating an organization that makes a difference in our community and our state, and the reflection of those that are going to be honored today. So be proud of that. One of the other connections that I have to you guys is a lot of folks don't realize it. I didn't. Our technical colleges are one of the main providers of our 2-year degrees in criminal justice. Hopefully some of y'all in this room may have had a connection to our technical colleges. But even above that, our technical colleges in this state operate 5 law enforcement academies. So I get the opportunity to still kind of put the badge on every now and then. I don't get to do what you guys do. Go out and see our law enforcement academies, see some of our future officers that are going to work the street, and make sure we got that workforce pipeline to make sure our communities are safe. In 2022, at a bill signing in a bill signing press release, Governor Kemp stated, quote, "Most of all, I want to recognize and thank the men and women of uniform who have joined us this morning, representing law enforcement across different levels and different agencies. On behalf of all Georgians, we thank you for going above and beyond in protecting us and our communities." He went on to say in that press release, "Public safety is the #1 responsibility of government." At this time, I would like to echo the governor's statement and say thank you for your service. Give yourself a round of applause. Each person in this room has been called to public service. Many of you knew from an early age that one day you would serve in a law enforcement agency. Others found yourself here through a friend, a mentor, a college professor, or just a job opportunity found your way. However your path brought you to serve, you found a love and a calling. Donald Rumsfeld stated, "Enjoy your time in public service. It may well be one of the most interesting and challenging times of your life." Having served in law enforcement, some of your encounters, I know, are very interesting. I thought of several of them while I was writing this. Made me actually giggle. I went through and kind of did a little reflection on some of those things. You go, I can't believe that happened. And nobody at the dinner table that night when you shared understood it. Y'all can relate to that. But we also know that some of those encounters are challenging. I reflected as I thought about it, after I got a chuckle, some of those real challenging moments. Some of those moments that bring a tear to your eye. Some of those moments where you don't know what the outcome's going to be. Some of those moments where you actually have a joy, but it was challenging. And I think that's the unique thing that you guys serve each and every day in making a difference in our community is when we say interesting and challenging, your daily activities reflect the extremes on that pendulum. And you guys manage that. Going back to what Michael said, it was in some of the notes it sent, we got to balance our family, our home life, and our work life. Because those extremes can drive you crazy. But they're also so rewarding. In a more noble statement, Jacob Lew said, "I think there's no higher calling in terms of a career than public service, which is a change to make a difference in people's lives and improve the world." DCS's mission statement reads, "As an integral part of the criminal justice system, we protect and serve the state of Georgia through effective and efficient community supervision while providing opportunities for successful outcomes. You accomplish this through person-centered supervision, changing one life at a time. You are making a difference in people's lives and improving the world." TCSG's vision has a similar goal. Our vision at TCSG is to enhance the economic opportunity and prosperity of Georgia's citizens, employers, and communities. We believe this changes a person, a family, the community, and the state. DCS's person-centered supervision does the same. You're creating safe communities by providing an individual the opportunity to succeed through proven measures. Your commitment to making a difference does not stop with an individual supervision. You're committed to our state beyond the daily work. DCS's community giving is impressive. This includes 2 annual statewide days of service and support of numerous community organizations, including National Night Out, the Special Olympics of Georgia, and Camp Puzzle. Once again, DCS is making a difference across our great state. Today, you will recognize those that have performed above and beyond the call of duty and represent the best of DCS in our great state. Today, you'll recognize individuals who positively impact those around them. They exude leadership, heroism, and are an all-around change agent for DCS. After the ceremony, you'll likely hear a humble recipient say something like, "I was just lucky." But let's be clear, hard work, dedication, inspiration, and a caring, humble presence will be seen in those recognized. As I mentioned earlier, my favorite quote is, "Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood, and probably themselves will not be realized. Make big plans. Aim high and hope and work." Today's recipients stir or challenge each of us to be bigger and better. They aim high in their profession, in their friendship, and in their community. They truly aim high in hope and work. Once again, it is my honor to be with you today. It's an opportunity that I would not have passed up, and I'm humbled to be here with you. I challenge each of you in this room, make big plans. Make a difference. Change your communities. And from me and all of our families across this state, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for having a place for my family to be safe, live, work, and play, and not have to deal with the things that you guys are protecting us from. Keep making a difference and aim high. Thank you.
Commissioner Dozier, for your inspiring remarks and continued support. Now, I would like to invite Shantae Porter, External Affairs Director, to present special recognition for FY 2023.
Good morning. The 2023 Special Recognition Award recognizes the collective efforts of the strategies to improve hiring and attract top talent focus group. Realizing that this effort could not be completed in silos, this most deserving recognition highlights all the divisions that put in the hard work to implement our recruitment and retention strategy. Like many of our partners in law enforcement, DCS was faced with the challenge of attracting people to a profession that can be emotionally demanding. We were having difficulties attracting the right candidates, losing institutional knowledge, and faced many barriers to growing our brand recognition. However, in true DCS fashion, when faced with a challenge, we put the effort and energy needed to get ahead of the issues and tackle it directly. Accordingly, the focus group we honor today got to work to address the problems. In a relatively short time, the progress is undeniable. We have established a recruitment unit, removed barriers to employment, streamlined our application process, and launched a marketing campaign that will enhance public awareness and the difference we are making across communities in Georgia. While there is still work to be done, the future is promising. Our vision to remain a national leader in community supervision cannot be achieved without our most essential asset, the men and women who comprise Team DCS. Therefore, it is with great esteem that we recognize the efforts of this devoted group who made this all possible. I'm honored at this time to present a video recognizing all the various divisions that made our success possible.
Hello, I'm Katrina Hall, your DCS recruitment manager. Roughly about 14 months ago, 6 DCS professionals came together to create your very first DCS recruitment unit.
Congratulations to all those involved in recruitment and retention efforts over the past year. It has truly taken a team effort tackling the vacancy deficit. But every division in the department has contributed to the success of our recruitment strategy, and it's beginning to show some signs of success. Over the past few months, we have onboarded more staff that have left the department. We are finally making a dent in that deficit.
We continuously have discussions with other states and agencies about our recruitment and our retention effort. People want to know what DCS is doing.
External Affairs has played a pivotal role in the success of the DCS recruitment and retention strategy by communicating the department's mission, values, and opportunities to the public and potential recruits. We've engaged with the public through interactive content on our social media platforms and our website to attract a diverse pool of talent. Additionally, we focus on fostering a positive image of DCS, highlighting our commitment to professional development and employee well-being. By doing this, we've created a more appealing environment internally for our employees and externally for potential recruits.
In today's competitive job market, it's more important than ever to have a robust recruiting process. The IT department works closely with the recruiting team, human resources, budget, and field operations to understand the agency's needs and recommend the best solution. Collectively, we determined that applicant staff was the best fit for our agency.
The finance team ensured that we reallocated an appropriate amount of agency resources to fund the recruitment team and the necessary equipment to retool our recruitment process, including but not limited to funding new positions, executing new contracts for applicant tracking software systems that allows us to be more efficient in our hiring process.
The addition of the new recruitment strategy has allowed human resources to focus on improving several onboarding processes. We have seen a notable increase in the hiring time, which has helped us onboard more candidates.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Mathias, and I am the Administrative Assistant for District 10. I believe the Field Operations Division has contributed to the success of the DCS recruitment and retention strategy by all of the admins and recruiters working together to identify new applicants and getting them through the hiring process and on board quicker.
Prior to applicant staff, we were using a manual process that was time-consuming and inefficient. We needed a more automated solution that could help us manage and track the high volume of applicants we received. Since implementing applicant staff, we have seen a dramatic reduction in the time that it takes to hire officers. Recruiters and hiring managers are able to automate tasks, streamline workflows, and make better hiring decisions.
With the implementation of the new recruitment strategy, there's been a significant increase in attracting top talent. This strategy has emphasized the core value of personal and professional development and the agency's commitment to its employees. As an innovative leader in training professional development, our programs provide a foundational step for new recruits at the start of their careers.
Since the implementation of the DCS recruitment and retention strategy, our division has experienced several positive changes in benefits, increased engagement. We've noticed a substantial boost in activity on our social media platforms and our website. Our communication outreach, including social media campaigns, has sparked great interest in interaction.
As we strive to remain at the forefront of public trends and best practices, the recruitment strategy provides greater opportunity to continue to contribute to the overall success of the agency. With 135 new officers added to our ranks, and the academy classes steadily increasing in capacity, it is evident that the recruitment strategy is working and it's a valuable investment. What's more is that the qualified talent has been brought into the agency, are more familiar with our mission, which further aligns with the efforts we have made in recruitment. Through their experience, employees feel the commitment we have to their success and continued development.
We have recognized dramatic improvements in hiring since the implementation of the recruitment team. A year ago, we were in a position deficit, which means we lost more people than we were hiring. Now, we're retaining them better than we ever have before.
The strategies we have in place sets us up for success in the future. By continuing to build relationships with local colleges and
University, offering more internship opportunities through our paid internship program, conducting ride-alongs for potential applicants, and increasing our brand. We are primed for success.
DCS has established itself as a thought leader in its field. Our department's leaders actively engage in industry bids, conferences, and publications. We believe that being at the forefront of discussions related to community corrections and our department's mission can attract top talent who share in our interests.
Hi, I'm Sherry Woodward, and I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the great work that the recruitment unit and external affairs has done this past year through branding and recruitment, as well as to each DCS division who has played a pivotal role in moving the needle to attract, hire, and retain qualified employees for our great agency.
I would like to give a special thanks to the recruitment team. You all took on a new role and made it your own. Over the last year, you have participated in numerous career events and classroom discussions at universities and colleges, in not only Georgia, but in surrounding states as well. Your efforts have provided inroads to many future employees.
A very special thanks to my team in the Recidivism Reduction Unit for their many contributions through enhancement of the counselor career ladder, providing onboarding and training for new counselors, providing counselor coverage during vacancies, and for providing clinical supervision and training hours to enable counselors to become credentialed and remain credentialed. I want to give a special thanks to Roxanne's team for going above and beyond with implementing a clinical internship track.
Your recruitment unit will not stop. We will continue to be creative and innovative and forward thinkers as it relates to our retention and recruitment efforts.
With the following persons, please come forward. Chad Purvis, Katrina Hall, Megan Turner, Barbara Neville, Sharon Allman, Ryan Toots, Abigail Hennessy, Brandy Lumpkin, Mandy Skeen, Danae Brown, Sarah Moore, Qatar Denman, Jamel Washington, Lori Massengale, Walter Dunley, Lynn Baker, Suzanne Hare, Philip McCreary, and Chantel Ward. Please give a hand to the strategies to attract top talent.
It is now the time we have all gathered here to celebrate. As employees are recognized, we ask that the recipients enter the stage near the podium and exit by the flags. Immediately following the ceremony, any additional pictures may be taken with each. It is now my privilege to introduce Sandra Thomas, Executive Operations Director, to begin the presentation of awards.
Thank you, Charles, and good morning, DCS family. Good What? Good morning. Yes. I have the honor to announce our Command College Scholarship recipients. And as a former recipient of the scholarship, it is definitely an honor to present our Command College scholarships. So the Command College Scholarship is awarded to DCS employees who are actively pursuing advanced education at the Command College in association with Columbus State University. This program of study provides a curriculum that gives beyond what is currently available in public safety, executive, and management development courses, serving as a graduate level education for public safety executives. So, we have two. The recipient for the 2020-23 Command College Scholarship is Chase Thomas. Chase, come to the stage. Our next recipient is Andrew Jeremy. Andrew cannot be with us today because he's in class at Command College. So we will give this to Andrew at our next available opportunity. So next, I also have the privilege to present our 25, 30, 35, and 40 Faithful Service Awards. That is awesome. Faithful Service Awards are presented to employees. Y'all make me laugh. To employees of the state of Georgia to provide recognition for their years of faithful service and to show our appreciation for their dedication and commitment to public service for all Georgians. Each year is important, but there is no denying that the milestone years like 25, 30, 35, and 40 years are an extra cause for celebration for sure. We celebrate you today because of your commitment, your faithful service to the agency. Congratulations, and we wish you the best in the years ahead. So let's get started with our 25-year faithful service first. As your name is called, please come to the stage for a group photo. Cheryl Adams. Sybil Bargelon. Rayon Bogan. Holly Braden. Denise Brock. Andrew Brockington. Valerie Brown Stevens. Kai Bryant. Kathy Colley. Shamika Cody. Russell Croft. Thomas Chad Dabbs. James Dees. Paul Dupass. Vicky Hall. Davida Hackett. Nakisha Hooks. Fred Lee. John Mack. Cora Morner. Paula O'Neill. Trip Powers. Katina Briggs. Betsy Shearer. James Teal. Pamela Thrift. Roxanne Williams. Margaret Wood. Christopher Yarber. And Michael Bogo.
and wishing you the best for continued success. Next is our 30-year faithful service employees. As your name is called, please come to the stage for the photo. Alicia Cable, John Carroll, Sharon Cole, Elaine Cranford, Faye Gleason, Jerry Michael Reiner, Patrick Holt, Kimberly Percy, Deborah Powell, Betty Lou Russell, Christopher Smith, and Daryl Stewart. Give them a hand, guys. Service milestone. Best wishes to you and continued success as well. So now we move on to 35 years. Ooh, the list grows smaller. Next, Jody Ford. Not Jody Ford, Jody Dillon. I know it's Jody Ford. Jody Dillon. Rocker Hartley. Terry Proctor, James Brent Smith, and Deborah Elaine Williams. Congratulations. Year after year, and thank you for your wonderful years of service. And now, 40 years. 40
Customer Service Award. If you're not familiar with that, it's awarded to individuals for performing an exceptionally courteous and cooperative manner, or for providing exceptional support for coworkers, supervisees, or the general public that increases public safety and/or community good. So you can see this year's nominees. How about a round of applause for them? Unfortunately, there can only be one winner. All those are willing to serve, but there can only be one winner. And this year, it's going to be Philip Henson. Customer service is perhaps best personified by Philip Henson. Whether it is providing guidance and feedback on legislative matters to coworkers, staying on the phone for hours with disgruntled family members, or responding timely and courteously to scores of constituent concerns, Philip does it all with a focus on bringing people together and finding amicable solutions for both the client and the department. Perhaps the most crowning impact Philip has had on the customer service is the establishment of the department's Ride Along program. When it was determined that our frontline mission needed to be expanded to better educate the public on the value we bring to communities across Georgia, Philip worked tirelessly to establish a ride-along program that would be meaningful to both participants and employees. Philip patiently sought input from his DCS teammates and even reached out to previous ride-along participants to curate an experience based on customer feedback. As a result of his tireless work, nearly 100 ride-alongs were conducted, 80% of which were from prospective applicants. His willingness to serve and listen has established not only an effective program, but an employment pipeline that yields residual results. Customer service is not only an external focus, but is also measured in the internal impact as well. Yearly, Philip pours himself into the legislative session, combing over thousands of bills with intricate nuance. To ensure these bills protect the best interests of the department, Philip goes above and beyond to incorporate feedback. He does not just talk to departmental leadership. Instead, Philip takes the time to call frontline officers and our administrative professionals to make sure their voices are considered in any legislation that would impact the department. To quantify his impact, his most recent legislative session, Philip tracked over 300 bills. He has cultivated lasting relationships that have enhanced the reputation of the department in the halls of power. Counterparts from other agencies often reach out to Philip for guidance. Legislators seek his input on the potential impact of their decisions. Stakeholder associations consider him an approachable liaison. Still, he does it all with a focus on how DCS can protect communities while providing opportunities for successful outcomes. Arguably, the most voluminous measure of Philip's customer service is his handling of constituent concerns. He manages the agency's early termination email, facilitates constituent outreach from elected officials and stakeholder associations, responds to social media inquiries, and formally held webmaster duties. Combined, Philip is directly connected with over 350 constituents on behalf of DCS. In each and every interaction, Philip is responsive, caring, and understanding. If something can be done, he works with departmental leadership to find swift resolution. If something cannot be done, he sympathizes with the constituents to let them know they are heard and not marginalized. Moreover, his interactions with constituents to help identify ways to streamline and improve internal policies and workflows. What is most telling is that Philip does all of this simply because it is the right thing to do. He is led by integrity and fully immerses himself in every outreach as if it were him being impacted. There's not a more devoted public servant than Philip Henson. Y'all don't know how bad I wanted to say this year's winner was Jody Ford. I just couldn't do it. All right, the next award is the Leadership Award, and it's awarded to individuals for outstanding performance in guiding attention to issues and concerns that impact the quality of the agency work and environment. And let's give a round of applause for this year's So I have the Leadership Award for 2023 here in my hand. I'm going to give it to Roxanne Bland. Roxanne began a career
career with DCS in the Atlantic Judicial Circuit in 2016 and served in various roles, assuming DRC coordinator responsibilities for the Claxton DRC Light program. Roxanne later assumed a stratified caseload of all court responsibilities within Evans County. While assigned to Evans County, Roxanne established a significant relationship with Sheriff Mac Edwards that has proven vital for the success of the Atlantic Circuit. In April 2022, as a new FTO in the circuit, Roxanne noticed there was some confusion regarding court coverage. To combat this confusion, she created numerous processes to organize court coverage for the 6-county judicial circuit. Through her organization, the office experienced a drastic improvement in consistency and accountability. Additionally, Roxanne created templates for almost every form the department uses in the court revocation process. This has increased officer confidence and competency, ensuring all vital information is entered on the petition and waiver forms. Roxanne had the courage and assumed the responsibility of assisting the new chief by teaching, training, and providing background information about his new circuit. She explained the court processes in the circuit and how they provided continuity and accountability for the officers. She has always been willing to step in and provide leadership and structure when needed. As a result of this, and was promoted to assistant chief in April 2023. Now, Michelle Stanley, if she would come forward for the private statement, to present the award for the private statement.
Recognizing 2 of our stakeholder award winners for this year. The Stakeholder Award is awarded to individuals or organizations outside of DCS for performing an act that furthers the DCS mission or makes significant contribution to our supervisees or the general public, that increase public safety as well as the community good. Successful relationships with stakeholders are essential to our success. It requires a balance of commitment and investment from each party to ensure the partnership will drive impact, innovation, and longevity and an overall return. The outstanding nominees for the Private Stakeholder Award are listed behind me. It gives me great pleasure to announce the 2023 Private Stakeholder Award winner is Philip Myers of Dunkin' Donuts. Mr. Myers could not be here with us. He was en route and had to return to the store, but I invite Jody Dillard, District Director, to come up and receive this award on his behalf.
Is the manager of the Dunkin' Donuts store, number 350708 in Columbus, Georgia. He has adopted the DRC program and expressed his support for individual rehabilitation. Over the course of the past 4 years, Mr. Myers has contributed his time and money by donating coffee and donuts to the DRC for staff and participants daily. Every single day there can be found at least a dozen or more Dunkin' Donuts and a container of coffee on the break room table, all provided by Mr. Myers. He continually ensures that the DRC family nights and graduation ceremonies are stocked with refreshments as well. Mr. Myers understands the importance of transportation and provides approximately 30 bus passes a month at no cost to supervisees. Ensuring transportation is not a hindrance to completion of the program. He demonstrates his continued support of the program by affirming his willingness to hire participants from the DRC, aiding in future individual successes upon program completion.
Recognizing our public 2023 Stakeholder Award winner. The outstanding nominees for the public stakeholder are behind me. Please join me in congratulating them. And the winner for the 2023 Public Stakeholder Award goes to Chief Superior Court Judge Brenda Weaver of the Appalachian Judicial Circuit. This morning, she had a medical emergency, but I'm asking Coordinating Chief Lance Carter to come and accept this award on her behalf.
for over 3 decades in the Appalachian Judicial Circuit, having served on numerous boards and received countless awards recognizing her achievements. The one constant that stands out is her passion for providing the best opportunity for those who have come through her courtroom, while keeping her community's safety in the forefront. The criminal justice pendulum has swung back and forth throughout our time. However, Judge Weaver knew long ago that prison was not the best option for individuals with addiction. As a result, she helped pioneer the introduction of accountability courts into the criminal justice system, beginning in 2002 with the implementation of a drug court in the Appalachian Judicial Circuit. Capitalizing on the success of the drug court program, Judge Weaver saw an additional need for a program that addressed substance use in individuals with mental health issues and created the mental health court within the circuit. In 2013, once again recognizing a need within the community, Judge Weaver created a veterans court. All 3 of the accountability courts provide an alternative to incarceration for individuals who have substance use disorders and wish to make a positive change in their lives. Additionally, Judge Weaver oversees the grant-funded DRC program with the same passion and vision she has for the accountability courts. To further assist participants in the program, she has founded 2 housing complexes. Judge Weaver's impact does not stop there. Through commitment to helping others, she often provides needed resources for participants and DRC employees alike. Judge Weaver has a unique passion for those she serves in the Appalachian Judicial Circuit and the community and is very fortunate to have her representing them. Her vision embodies the department's mission and values. At this time, April Moore, Law Enforcement Peer Counsel and Peer Support Coordinator, will come forward for moments of remembrance and celebration.
Good morning. Let's shift our focus for just a few minutes and take time to think back on those who left us over the past year. Not with sadness, but with thankfulness that comes from having known them. We lost 5 members of our DCS family over the past year. In addition, many of us have lost family, friends, and others outside of DCS. These losses leave a hole in us that can't be filled. We will find our new normal, but we will never forget the impact these co-workers, family, and friends had on our lives. Let's remember the positive impact these individuals had on us and others, and let's celebrate their lives and contributions to public service. Please continue to be in prayer for those for and support the families and co-workers of those we lost. Remember, as we work through grief associated with loss, you are not alone. You have access to the DCS Peer Support Team and Employee Assistance Programs link. And just as important, we have co-workers going through with us. We should all pay attention to our co-workers and be sure that they are okay, just as we ask that they do the same for us. Officer Scott Edwards served as a CSO1, former surveillance officer in the Northeastern Circuit. Scott began his career with the state of Georgia in 2007 and faithfully served the Department of Corrections and DCS for over 15 years. According to Chief Chris Ayers, Scott was a dedicated and selfless colleague who served the agency with unwavering commitment for over 15 years. Scott embodied the essence of hard work, never overlooked a complaint, and graciously extended a helping hand to our team, leaving an indelible mark on our hearts and organization. Counselor Cynthia Green-Jones served as behavioral health counselor in the Eastern Circuit. She committed over 7 years of her life to serving the state of Georgia and her community. According to Chief Mario Simmons, Cynthia is a woman who operated in pure humility and was known for saying, "May you be met at the point of your need as you meet others where they are." Ms. Donna Victoria Adams served DCS in the state of Georgia for over 5 years as a court specialist in the Stone Mountain Circuit. According to Chief Renata Dunn, Ms. Adams was truly a joy in the office and often had a warm smile for all that she met. She was a great peer and even better friend. Even on the day she wasn't feeling well, she still remained positive and always offered a kind word. She was the very best at the cab, and we will miss her terribly. Counselor Thomas C. Wyrick served as a behavioral field counselor in the Lake Rose Circuit. She dedicated nearly 35 years to the state of Georgia. According to Assistant Chief Chris Gonzalez, Ms. Ricks was very dedicated to and passionate about her work. She was stern but fair. She loved to see folks succeed. She would always ask about your family when she saw you. Ms. Aura Fortney Russell devoted nearly 20 years to state service. First with the Department of Corrections, then with State Board of Pardons and Parole, and finally with DCS. She began as an administrative assistant, worked her way up, and was eventually promoted to the position of senior compliance monitor in the misdemeanor probation oversight unit. In addition, Aura served several years as the liaison for the Board of Department of Corrections, the Board of Department of Community Supervision. According to MPOU Director Tim Lewis, Aura loved being part of Team DCS and truly considered her co-workers as family. Her dedication to the task, willingness to serve others, and doing so with a kind spirit, and was a wonderful example for all of us. Please join me in a moment of silence, and if you feel led to do so, I ask that you use this time to say a quick prayer, asking for peace and comfort for family, friends, and co-workers of those we remember today. These public servants serve others as a career and a lifestyle. Also take time to remember others in our agency who lost family members and friends and suffered other losses over the past year. As we finish this time of remembrance, I want to remind you that DCS peer support team is available to everyone in DCS. Peer team members are trained to provide interventions and empathetic ear for employees suffering from the after effects of a critical incident or other stress-inducing event. It's not counseling or therapy, but it's a support. Sometimes it is as simple as providing an ear to listen or shoulder to lean on. If you want to take advantage of it, all you have to do is to contact any one of the team members. If you'd like for one of us to check on someone you're concerned about, you can do that as well. Thank you.
Thank you for that, April. This time of reflection undoubtedly reminds us of the strength and support we have as a DCS family. At this time, I would like to invite Sherry Bloodworth, Recidivism Reduction Director, to continue our presentation of awards.
Good morning. I have the distinct honor of recognizing our day reporting centers. As you all know, they are play a pivotal role in advancing our mission with providing individuals for opportunities for success. So I'm going to start with the DRC Program Evaluation Top Performer Award. Based on recommendations from the Criminal Justice Reform Council, codified in Senate Bill 174, DCS contracted with UGA in 2018 to evaluate all existing DRCs and to create an evaluation tool for future use. The goal of the project was to evaluate program effectiveness and to ensure consistency among DRC services and operations. In 2022, we again partnered with UGA to evaluate our DRCs. Today, we recognize two top-performing day reporting centers on the 2023 DRC program evaluation. The DRCs were assessed in a variety of areas such as case management, leadership, substance abuse, COG needs, mental health, family, aftercare services, education, and workforce development. The DRC finalists are Columbus DRC, Macon DRC, and Northwest DRC. And I'd like to call up Ms. Felicia Jones, Center Administrator for Columbus DRC. Piedmont Winder, Mountain Toccoa, and Toombs Thompson. Let's give them a round of applause. And I'm pleased to announce that the recipient of the 2023 DRC Program Evaluation is Winder DRC. Ms. Transition to the Day Reporting Center Outstanding Performance Award. In order to highlight the contributions that our Day Reporting Centers make toward advancing the mission of DCS, quarterly awards were implemented to be given throughout the year. Those sites with the most community service hours completed and the highest employment rates were recognized each quarter. Today, we will recognize 2 DRCs with outstanding performance during fiscal year 2023. These programs have consistently demonstrated excellence in the areas of employment and community service, as well as maintaining their census throughout the fiscal year. Our DRC finalists include Atlanta DRC, Griffin DRC, and Waycross DRC. Center Administrator Ron Williams, please come up and accept the award. Finalists include Appalachian and LJ, Warner Robins Houston Circuit, and Mountain Toccoa Circuit. And I'm pleased to announce that the recipient of this year's DRC Outstanding Performance Award is LJ Day Reporting Center. For the Chief Judge Carl for the Congratulations to all the winners.
Get my glasses so I can see. All right. So good morning, everybody. I have the honor this morning of actually giving out 3 awards today, so be patient with me a little while. First one I'm going to start off with is the Video Spotlight Award. In an effort to recognize the exemplary work of our CSOs in the field and encourage managerial oversight of the supervision process, we have implemented the quarterly awards for the video interactions, demonstrating the highest standards of person-centered supervision and highlighting the use of ESP skills. The Video Spotlight Award was developed to emphasize the importance of providing that person-centered supervision and addressing the individual needs of those under our supervision. Today, we would like to recognize the recipients of the Video Spotlight Award. Behind me, we'll have the nominees. Give them a round of applause. And the winner is Derek Newell, District 2.
On March 30th, 2023, Officer Newham conducted a face-to-face field interaction with one of his supervisees. The interaction took just a little over 9 minutes to complete and is a great example where a supervisee had already completed intake by another officer. Since this was Officer Newham's first opportunity to meet them, he needed to complete role clarification. During this interaction, there were some distractions. However, Officer Newham remained professional, respectful, and focused. Officer Newham completed all of the role clarification skill steps and completed them in order, which created a very natural and conversational interaction. Additionally, he used several oars that helped clarify and direct the interaction.
The next presentation I have is for the Tiffany Bishop Award. This award is named in honor of a probation officer, an officer whose end of life came way too early. Tiffany was only in the beginning stages of her career, but in just a short period of time, she showed to be the promise of a top-tier employee. In honor of Tiffany, this award is given to an officer within their first year of service who has excelled by producing consistently high-quality work and has fostered unity with co-workers and the community beyond expected standards. And the nominees for the Tiffany Bishop Award are, give them a round of applause, please. And this year's winner of the Tiffany Bishop Award is Melinda Albritton.
Melinda consistently has had a positive attitude, making her one of the best officers to work with. Arriving early and leaving late, she thoroughly enjoys her job, embracing all challenges. Her eagerness and willingness allows her to tackle new responsibilities with a team spirit and positive attitude. As the newest officer in the room during a team meeting, without hesitation, Melinda volunteered to assume the ICOTS caseload in spite of the known challenges. Understanding the importance of a strong rapport with the ICOTS unit, she prioritized building relationships within the unit and gaining knowledge of procedures, ensuring compliance while focusing on delinquent areas. In May of 2023, Melinda answered the call again, volunteering to assume court officer responsibilities while maintaining her normal duties. In preparation for this, she attended court and took every opportunity to gain knowledge of the court operations. This selfless act ensured that there was no major shift in office operations. Oftentimes, behind the scenes, Melinda assists officers covering duty officer days, making field contacts, and serving subpoenas. In her young career, Melinda has become an office leader and set a standard for the performance, not only for the office, the circuit, but for the agency.
Next, I'll announce our winners for the Heroism Award. This award is presented to an individual or individuals for acts of heroism or outstanding deeds which resulted in the protection of life and or property. This award should not be taken lightly. This is people that have stepped up when someone is in their worst times, and they deserve these awards respectively. The winners are, the nominees. Winners are Matthew Blake and Corey Britton.
On June 5th, 2023, while working at the Canton DCS office, officers Corey Britton and Matthew Blake were alerted to a person experiencing a medical emergency while driving. They, alongside a road maintenance crew, ran towards the vehicle to assist the driver. As a result of the emergency, the vehicle crashed into a storm drain. Upon arriving at the vehicle, the officers noticed the driver was unresponsive. To gain entry into the vehicle, Matthew used his baton to attempt to break the driver's side window. During that time, the driver regained consciousness, allowing Matthew and Corey to gain entry. They assisted the driver, who had suffered a seizure, to a safe place, called EMS, and rendered aid. While local law enforcement and EMS attended to the victim in the vehicle crash, Matthew and Corey provided valuable assistance with traffic direction until the scene was cleared. Because of their swift action, the driver of the vehicle remained safe and received necessary medical care at a local hospital and was subsequently released.
Our next award winner is Kristen Clark.
On March 16, 2023, Officer Kristen Clark was conducting a field interaction at a residence shared by participants in the New Direction program in Conyers, Georgia. The women from the program exited the home and got into their vehicle. A few moments later, Kristen witnessed the vehicle stop at the stop sign with the passenger exiting the vehicle and racing to the driver's side. Because of the peculiar behavior Kristen just witnessed, she approached the vehicle, inquiring about the safety of the occupants. It appeared the driver had suffered a serious medical emergency. Kristen called EMS and provided necessary information and attempted to keep the incoherent driver alert until emergency personnel arrived. Kristen proved instrumental in ensuring EMS responders were able to locate the vehicle and provide necessary care. The driver later contacted Kristen, thanking her for her life-saving actions as a result of suddenly suffering from a stroke.
Our next recipients are Jasmine Humphreys and Gloria Williams.
On December 28, 2022, a supervisor reported to the Atlanta office advising she'd been in the hospital for suicidal ideations and as a victim of domestic violence. While at the hospital, there was concern for the health of her unborn child. As the supervisee was leaving the office, she expressed concern about experiencing symptoms of a miscarriage. Officers Jasmine Humphreys and Gloria Williams called EMS and provided aid and comfort to the supervisee while awaiting the arrival of emergency medical personnel. The supervisee was transported to the hospital for further care.
Our next recipient is Crystal Hunter.
On August 22nd, 2022, Task Force Officer Crystal Hunter, who was assigned to the ATF, received information concerning a female suspect that shot 3 people, killing 2 of them in Midtown Atlanta. Crystal and her partner immediately responded to the airport, deciding to check the domestic terminal area. Crystal noticed a female matching the suspect's description, prompting her and her partner to begin pursuit. After a short period of time, the suspect was called by name, confirming her identity. Crystal and her partner detained the suspect without incident, locating the firearm used in the murder in the suspect's purse. As a result of Crystal and her partner's swift actions, a safe resolution was achieved and a very dangerous suspect apprehended.
Our next recipient is Renard Nichols. Can Jody please come up and take this award for me, please?
On March 31st, 2023, Officer Reynard Nichols received a call from one of his supervisees who had been experiencing some medical issues. While conducting field visits, Reynard decided he needed to stop by and check on the supervisee. It took several minutes for the supervisee to respond to Officer Nichols' knocks, and once the door opened, Reynard had to catch the supervisee as he fell forward. The supervisee was struggling to breathe and eventually stopped breathing. Reynard requested the EMS to be called and immediately jumped into action, performing hands-only CPR. After several cycles of chest compressions, the supervisee resumed breathing. Once emergency medical personnel arrived, the supervisee was transported to the hospital for further evaluation and treatment, and later released. Radar's quick actions undoubtedly saved the supervisee's life.
Our next award winner is Danielle Paskins.
On July 5th, 2022, Officer Danielle Paskins was conducting a routine field visit with supervisee under supervision for the offenses of felony sexual battery and false imprisonment. During the contact, Danielle walked through the home with the supervisee as they approached his bedroom, he began to walk faster, moving ahead of Officer Paskins. She caught up with him and observed something moving under the blanket on his bed. The supervisee denied there being anything there, but upon further investigation, Danielle discovered a 10-year-old child in nothing more than a t-shirt and her underwear under the blanket. Thinking only of the safety of the child and nothing of how long it might take for assistance to arrive, which, when called, was between 15 and 20 minutes, Danielle sprang into action, taking control of the situation and arresting the supervisee. Danielle's swift actions prevented any further possible acts of abuse.
Recipient of the Heroes Award is Ms. Angela Price.
On June 26, 2023, Officer Angela Price was conducting supervision at a local hotel. While there, Angela was alerted by hotel staff of a 5-year-old child who had been left alone in the room. Upon approaching the room, Angela could hear the distraught child crying. Officer Price verified the child was alone and contacted authorities. While making the report to local authorities, 2 women claiming to be the child's grandmother and aunt arrived. It was left to Angela's discretion to release the child to the 2 women. Officer Price made contact with the mother of the child, and after a thorough verification process, the child was released to her grandmother and aunt.
Up here, so that means we are getting close to the end of the ceremony. It is certainly my distinct privilege and honor to present these last 2 awards, which are the Employees of the Year Award for both the sworn and the non-sworn employee. This award is awarded to the DCS employees who are producing consistently high-quality work beyond expected standards over an extended period of time, and or who have achieved substantial contribution within the criminal justice field. So our first award is the Employee of the Year Non-Sworn Award, and our nominees are and this year's Employee of the Year Non-Sworn is Haley Lewis.
Counselor in May 2020, bringing a wealth of experience within correctional counseling. Immediately after joining our team, she spearheaded building a mental health program in Rome, DRC, while enlisting the assistance from outside stakeholders to provide wraparound services. Haley has invested in her professional development, completing training specific for officers, increasing her understanding of their roles and responsibilities. Haley is thought of as a leader amongst her peers. On a regular basis, she provides assistance to co-workers and assumes their responsibilities when absent. Haley has proven to see the bigger picture and often identifies needs and offers resolution to perceived issues. Ensuring participants in the DRC have a seamless transition to the program, she performs all the mass intakes and assessments. Haley has developed a positive rapport with local stakeholders, ensuring adequate resources necessary for participants to have an achievable recovery. Innovative best described Haley. Last September, she organized Recovery Month with Rome DRC and numerous stakeholders. During the Recovery Month, there were numerous events ranging from pizza parties to guest speakers. The Recovery Month culminated in a final event, a recovery walk and cookout, featuring over 200 participants and their families, 2 judges, local law enforcement, and many vendors. The Recovery Month and all its associated events help grow further awareness for substance use disorders while fostering positive relationships with local stakeholders. Haley's passion for what she does serves as an inspiration for the entire department. She's undoubtedly a valuable asset to our team.
I know the suspense is killing you on this. The nominees for the non-sworn, the Employee of the Year sworn nominees are Christopher, I guess you should already be on your way down there. Christopher Burke.
Christopher Burke has proudly served the state of Georgia for more than 37 years, beginning his career as a correctional officer in 1986. He later earned a bachelor's degree and transferred to community supervision. Through his tenure with the state, Chris has gained a wealth of experience, becoming a subject matter expert, working with individuals diagnosed with mental health conditions. He promotes his supervisees' success through his passion and unwavering commitment to them. Chris's commitment for growth and development is evident through his numerous trainings he has completed throughout his career. He has valued interoperability, working alongside the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, the Department of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, as well as local law enforcement agencies. Chris has demonstrated his commitment to the citizens of Georgia by assisting with numerous hurricane relief efforts. The agency has been well represented by Chris in the past in various media outlets. Most recently, he participated in a YouTube presentation regarding mental health supervision, which was broadcasted to London, England. Additionally, Chris has provided valuable insight while participating in the focus group for a new program, enhancing mental health supervision with a clinical case consultation model, which provides support and extends resources for specialized mental health officers. As a part of this focus group, Chris and other members were invited to speak with Governor Brian Kemp about the initiative. Chris's interactions with supervisees, proven to be thorough and therapeutic in nature, demonstrates his passion and dedication to provide those under supervision with opportunities for successful outcomes. Chris's peers experience the same level of care and compassion through their daily interactions. His approach to the job is always positive, supportive, and unwavering. Chris's contributions to the department have proven him to be a valuable teammate and well deserving of this honorable award.
Borrowed Bert's glasses, I don't know what's it's nauseating. So can we have one more round of applause for our two employees? I'm going to be brief with my closing remarks, but one of the things that's been somewhat permeating amongst the senior management team since an offsite that we had a couple of weeks ago was gratitude. And I can't tell you how much gratitude I have for being able to be here today and celebrate all of these employees in their commitment and dedication to this agency. But I would be remiss if, like at the beginning with Michael and Greg, we don't recognize Sherry, B, Michelle, Daphne, and the external affairs team for all the hard work that they put into making this event happen. You guys have no idea how much work it takes. So, and I also want to express gratitude to the people that took the time to write nominations for these awards. I know that it takes time and effort, but there was close to 200 nominations for awards, which just speaks to the dedication that those managers have, as well as those other employees that have nominated everybody that they nominated. This is an exceptional agency. We take care of each other, and it shows when we receive that many awards for an award ceremony, despite not getting any notification from Sherry that we were having an award ceremony. I kid. We definitely she gets the message out there for sure. Lastly, to all those that were nominated, it is truly an honor anytime you are nominated by your peers for an award. Even if you didn't win it, it's truly an honor to be nominated for an award. Others are recognizing the dedication that you have to making DCS the greatest agency in the state of Georgia. So congratulations just on being nominated. And again, to those award winners today, congratulations and a huge debt of gratitude to your dedication to this agency and making it the greatest agency in the state of Georgia. So one more round of applause. And so in the spirit of gratitude, I'm just going to end with a brief story that had a pretty profound impact on my life. And I don't know that I've ever shared this story before, but so when I graduated with my undergraduate in criminal justice, I spent a couple years working in a juvenile facility. It was one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life. I went from there to North Carolina for a couple years as a probation and parole officer. And an employment opportunity, not mine, brought us to Georgia. And when I came to Georgia, I honestly had made the decision when we moved here that I was no longer going to work in the community supervision area or arena. And I took a job with a private sector company doing sales. And one night I got a phone call at my house. I picked up the phone. When I picked up the phone, the person on the other end said, "Is this Mr. Maurer?" And when I heard the voice, the hair on the back of my neck stood up and on my arm stood up because I recognized the voice as somebody that it was somebody that I worked with in Pennsylvania at the juvenile facility. It was probably one of the most challenging people I have ever worked with in my entire career. And I was convinced that he was calling me from the state penitentiary in Pennsylvania to ask me for a letter of reference or something like that. And so he called me. When he called, he said, "I just want to tell you that it took a long time for me to realize what you were trying to do." This is 3 or 4 years later. And I have finally realized the things that you were trying to teach me, and I've turned my life around, I've changed my life, and I wanted to thank you. And so first thing I asked him was, "How did you get my phone number?" And so he said, "Well, I called every Maurer in the phone book in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I got a hold of your mom. And, she gave me your phone number and told me where you were living." And I swear, so I talked to Dan. I'm going to call him Dan. I talked to Dan for a little while, hung up the phone. The next person I called was my mom. And said, "Please don't give out my number. I'll call you randomly." But to be honest with you, it was at that moment that I realized that there was a purpose for me to be in community supervision. And it's days like this that I am so grateful that I got that phone call and changed my career path and came to work for agencies such as DCS. It is truly an honor to be part of this agency. This is the greatest team in the state of Georgia, without a doubt. And with that, thank you, travel safe, and have a great rest of the week.